The Chiefs get the 23-20 overtime win against apparently the best team in the AFC. This is the Red Kingdom recap.
Hey, welcome. Good morning, Stefan.
Good morning, Mark.
Yeah.
I am feeling good today.
I am as well.
Hey, you know what? At one point during the game yesterday, I think it was probably going into the fourth quarter, actually a little bit after Kareem Hunt made that fumble, you texted me saying, all right, guys, I'm going to go hang out with my daughter and not watch the rest of this game.
Yeah, my wife and teenager were out of town, so I'm like, I'm just going to soak up the toddler. I'll catch this on the replay.
I left you on red there, and then around the end of the fourth quarter, I said, I hope you've been watching this thing. This has been nuts.
I started paying a little more attention to my 4-year-old, but I left it on in the background.
You got to have priorities, right?
Confession time.
Man, what a game. What a game. We have a lot to talk about.
We do, yeah.
There were a lot of things in this game, especially from the start, that made me realize and think, man, this could be the lag and the ending of what we have going this year.
Yeah.
And then something switched.
Yeah.
And so I want to see what that is.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the game looked like games this year, right? Even when you're out playing teams like the Jags game, for example. And you could argue the Eagles, but I mean, we played well enough to probably win with a, play going a direction here or there. And then, you get to that fourth quarter and you get to the 8-minute mark, and then it was like last year.
Exactly.
That was my big takeaway I was going to share with you, is like 3 quarters-ish, it felt like this year. And then the fourth quarter and overtime felt like last year.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, I think we'll get to the fourth quarter because that's something it's going to be a lot. It's fun. But I'll say from the get-go, the Colts got the ball first. And they have the high power offense that, it's been destroying teams. We hold them to a stop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, our defense, typically what we've been seeing this year.
But got off the field.
Typically the first couple series, the defense is trying to figure out what's going on. And we get off the field, we get the ball back, and the first play. The second play, we have a run on the first play that doesn't really go anywhere.
And the RPO.
The RPO and an interception that just hands them a free touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking
essentially a pick six.
Yeah. And I'm thinking in a game like this is like that Jags touchdown. It's like these key moments to where we cannot hand them 7 points.
No.
This game is going to be too tight, too intense. We're going to need these things to go in our favor. And so just to start the game with this, like, here you go. Here's a free gift. It made me feel like, we're going to have a day. It's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
And so what did you feel after that first drive, after the couple series there?
Like, how did I feel in the moment or looking back on it?
In the moment.
Okay,
we'll start in the moment.
In the moment, I was pretty frustrating. It just felt like, here we go again. Like, our offense is going to have some efficiency because they have for large parts of the year. But then we're just going to make these interceptions and these back-breaking penalties, when we're in the red zone. And it just felt like, again? And so it was deflating.
Yeah. And so we're in the first quarter. Now, here's the thing. The Colts, they got stopped a couple times by our defense. The Chiefs, when it came to the first 3 quarters, one thing about them is that they were holding on to the ball. Like, we were sustaining drives.
Yeah. Time of possession,
a bunch of 3 and outs.
Yeah.
We were definitely getting it. Yep. So what do you see the difference there? I know that was part of the game plan because we wanted to keep the Colts offense off the field as much as possible. But what did you see? How were we doing that?
Well, to make sure I don't forget to go back to it, but looking in hindsight, I actually think that interception was a gift.
I don't know.
For our game plan. Well, for our game planning.
Yeah.
Because that RPO that we do with Hunt right there, and are we going to pass, we're going to pass, we're going to run, the offensive line doesn't know what to do. And the defense is keying on, once they see, right, that you're going to pass, they all just go up because it's going to be a quick pass.
Yeah.
And because the offensive lineman will get too far downfield. There's things about the RPO game that are good. And but there are, drawbacks.
Exactly.
And so teams have been able to start to key on the RPO. And I think what happened, and we'll never know, but I felt like that the game plan shifted to more under center. We're running it down your throat. And I think we saw after that, a lot more just Kareem Hunt between the tackles, under center. We're going to commit to the run.
Man, and before Trey Smith came out of the game,
very efficient running game.
Our line was just solid.
Moving them.
It was like old school Chiefs.
It was
offensive line, like Casey Wigman and Brian Waters kind of.
It was great.
Power. It was great to see.
Yep.
And so the Chiefs. I'm curious. I'm certain that they were under center more this game than they have in any other game.
Had to have been. Yeah, I haven't looked at that.
What do you think that particular shift was?
Stat. I just think they finally, and it took 2 or 3 games. I'm sure they don't watch the YouTubers and the analysts and the
probably
experts,
should jump into ours.
But it was obvious if you just look at the tape, we actually are an efficient running football team. Why aren't we doing it?
we have the best quarterback in the league, so it's hard to hand it off to a 30-year-old guy off the couch.
One of the best friends to a quarterback is
a solid running game.
A solid running game to keep the defense honest.
Absolutely. And so, first 3 quarters, we obviously are having these long drives, good running games.
Yeah.
Pass game is a bit inconsistent.
First down, like most of the game, we were doubling or tripling them on first downs.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were sustaining drives. Yeah.
And man, when we can run the ball, we talked about this last night. When we can run the ball, even getting a 2-yard run on first down, 2nd and 8, that's more important than getting a 2nd and 10 or having some pass out there. It makes the defense have to respect the run.
It does, yeah.
And so even some of those short runs, to me, it's like, okay, I like to see this.
Yeah.
There were a couple, CEH was in there. Kareem had a couple runs that didn't go anywhere. But for the most part, we were getting 2 to 6 yards on first down on runs. Yeah. And the funny thing is, everybody in the building knew it.
Yeah.
Everybody knew we were going to run the ball. We're going to go behind Trey Smith and just grind it out. And the fact that we could just make it happen, and now we're in 2nd and 5, now that's a great position to be in.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Because our 3rd and 4th downs that we converted yesterday were shorter distance 3rd and 4th downs. Did you notice that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How many 3rd and 13s or 3rd and 16s did we have?
Not many.
No.
I'm going to look at the stats, but it is interesting to see.
Well, I mean, that's what an efficient running game will get you. And for a new fan, or somebody just coming to the sport, or they don't really get in behind the into the details, you're right. That 1 or 2 yards on first down can be kind of frustrating to some, casual fans. But it's like, no, that's purposeful. Like that, we'll take 2nd and 8. If you could give me 2nd and 8, I'm taking it with Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
Now, the Colts offense has been averaging some crazy numbers this year. Not only, and last week, and I've always said this whole season, is I feel like Daniel Jones is kind of one of those guys that he'll have a hot streak and it'll fall off. And I feel like the last couple of weeks we've started to see the real Daniel Jones. But he still had some crazy numbers this year. And I mean, the same thing is true with the Chiefs, how when we have a run game, it opens so much up for the pass offense. For them to have Jonathan Taylor, the best running back in the league, it opens up a lot for him. Our defense...
Who we held to 58 yards.
Yeah, let's talk about that. How did our defense hold this thing together?
Well, we have had historically luck shutting down marquee running backs.
Aside from the Bills.
James Cook.
Yeah,
right.
We've been... for the last 30-something
31
games.
out of 32 games now, I think.
Yeah, which is crazy.
And we just commit to it. And, as much as we want to be upset that this front defensive line cannot get pressure on the quarterback, they do stop the run.
Yeah.
I mean, these are Mike Pennell, Derek Nottie, Mike Dana. These guys are run stoppers, right? Karlaftis he holds the edge. And Chris Jones showed up yesterday. I don't know.
His stat line wasn't great, but he made a huge difference in the game.
Had a push on almost, and then especially in the fourth quarter.
When he had to. Daniel Jones was not comfortable in the fourth quarter by any means.
That was one of those where throw the stat line out. If you watched it, the eye test was Chris Jones.
He made a huge difference.
Yes, made a huge impact. And so what I think that our personnel on the defensive line and our linebackers, honestly, because we get frustrated when they get in one-on-one coverage against the tight end.
You don't want to see these guys in coverage.
No, but you know what? Going downhill,
they will blast. Yeah.
Tranquill, Bolton. Oh, they're going to bust somebody's head open on the running game.
For me, when it came to key players in the game, I put Drew Tranquill as one of the MVPs of the game.
He was everywhere. Yeah.
And that key 3rd and 1 in overtime, where I'm thinking in my mind, you give it to Jonathan Taylor, he leans over for 3 yards.
Right.
Like, that's his thing.
Yeah.
You tackle him 2 yards in the backfield, he's still going to get a yard.
Yep.
And that's all they needed. Dude, Tranquill just picked him up and stopped him. And I saw that a couple times with our guys. Like, it seems like our tackling, sometimes we talk, and we've been talking the last few weeks about how we have 2 different defenses and which one's going to show up.
Right.
And occasionally these games, like, our guys are not tackling, they're not wrapping up. And this game and some of the key games we played so far, typically the wins, the defense it's back to the basics with
it. They were quick to the ball.
Yeah.
A lot of solo tackles.
Absolutely.
In space. Yeah.
And so I
Defense
think
played well.
And with our pursuit of stopping the run, which in this game, Spags was thinking, if we stop Jonathan Taylor
and then get them,
I believe that Daniel Jones cannot lead this game. I think he can't win it by himself.
Clearly the game plan.
And so there's going to be occasionally open guys because we're so focused on stopping the run. And you hear about it from me all the time. When we see these crossers in the middle, wide open, you're like, how is this happening?
Shamari Connor or Drew Tranquill is like 5 yards behind him.
Gosh, yeah. I would have fired Shamari Connor on that one play.
Well, he bit on the play action.
He did.
Was what happened.
And but you've got these moments, and it's like there's a give and take because the other side's getting paid as well as our side.
Yeah.
And so the fact that we were so committed to the run, and the thing is, when even if you just get a Chris Jones, a few key plays where it just makes Daniel Jones uncomfortable, you don't even have to get to him. You just get a hit on him and make him just get his timing off. You could tell how it affected the rest of the game.
Yeah, a lot of those third downs that they did not convert. And by the way, some of them were 3rd and 2 and 3rd and 4.
And they were passing up.
And they were passing, and we blitzed, and we didn't get to Jones. He just panicked and missed throws.
Yeah.
And so that happened like
there
3
were
or 4
2
times.
or 3 that were kind of open guys.
Oh, yeah, they were open. He just missed
that
them.
one in the red zone on 3rd down.
Which is why, I hate to look back, but if this would have been our game plan against Bo Nix, I think it would have been different.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. But now maybe he makes those throws.
Yeah.
No, we won't know. Well, we'll know when they visit Arrowhead.
Yeah, we will.
How it'll play out.
I will say as well, talking about the Colts offense, the last few losses specifically for the Chiefs and some wins, we've noticed that even if the Chiefs are up in a game or if it's in one score of a game, they feel like they have to go in this mode where they've got to air it out. They've got to make the big plays. It seems like their timing is accelerated and just instead of just being committed to the game plan. I felt like with the Colts in this game, they did the exact same that we've been saying the Chiefs have been doing, where they were up this whole game.
Did you feel that in the fourth quarter?
Oh, 100%.
It was like this Colts offensive approach or game plan, however you want to call it, looked like us.
Yeah.
I'm getting pass happy. It's a 1-score game.
It's like you've got everything in your corner.
Right.
There's 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and you're up by 11.
It was kind of shocking.
I feel like you have the best running back in the league. I know we've been slowing him down. He got a couple big runs. I think one of like 27 yards, 28 yards. Aside from that,
other than
really
that,
not
it was
much.
2 yards. I looked it up. Other than that big run, he averaged 2 yards a carry.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. But at the same time, if you hand him the ball enough, he's going to break something.
Sure.
In my mind.
Right.
In my mind. And the fact that they just were so consistent on the pass game in the last quarter. I mean, the stats will show it, and we'll talk through it. But it was kind of wild to me to see.
I think if they were before a microphone and honest, it could have been that they weren't just getting pass happy habitually like Reed does sometimes, but the running game wasn't working. I mean, they might have thrown it out because it just wasn't efficient.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it was cool to see. I was happy that we were on the other side of that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Let's talk about Kareem Hunt now.
Yeah.
So he had 30 carries. He had a touchdown. There were a couple plays. He was getting scraped off the ground after a play.
Thought they were going to need to bring a forklift out there to get him up off the ground.
He was like worn out. You could tell. Yeah. There was one time
30 carries for 104 yards.
Yeah. It was a third down play. And I saw Kareem Hunt go out onto the field. It was a third down, and Andy Reid called a timeout. And I'm like, "Why are we calling timeout there?" I was thinking to myself, "It's third and short. Surely we're gonna get Kareem Hunt back out there." But CH was going out, and I was like, and they called a timeout just to give him a breather because he was just wiped,
gassed. Oh yeah.
And so, but then he came in on a 3-point stance and got.
And it wasn't just conditioning tired. He was getting
He's been hammered.
Hammered.
Yeah.
And lots of yards after the catch or yards after the contact.
Initial contact,
yeah.
Oh, you're exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
But that was really cool to see. I mean, there was a time where I didn't think Kareem Hunt would ever be on an NFL team again. There was a time that I thought for sure he wouldn't be on the Chiefs again.
Right.
And the fact that he's back in this position from where he was, I mean, it's cool to see. It's cool to see how they can do it. But at the same time, man, he had a workload today.
He did.
Just were pounding him. It really showed me, Brashard Smith is a great third down back in the sense of visionary and on the passing game. But he's not your guy that you're going to hammer the ball down the field with, right? Like down the middle of the line.
Is he not? I agree with a couple of analysts I listened to. We don't know.
Yeah, he's not even a big guy, though.
I mean, he ran in between the tackles at SMU.
Yeah.
I know that's not the NFL, but
well, regardless. So
we're willing to run CEH between the tackles.
Yeah, CEH has got to go. But we'll get Pacheco back. Yeah. But, I mean.
I want to see Brashard Smith in more of a comprehensive
when he's out there, they're going to pass.
Exactly. So it's Brashard Smith's in. He's going to be the little outlet, the check down.
And he's so elusive when he gets the ball, though. If he's open field.
Did you that
swing pass?
That's, the long pass that he got in space and broke a couple tackles, and then it was the Kingsley penalty that brought it back.
Yes.
How many Brashard Smith plays like that have gotten called back on penalties? It's been like at least 3 this year.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. So there's a lot of stats that we don't see on that end.
Right.
So
I think, and there were two other plays where Brashard Smith made people miss. And
what'd you feel about Mahomes' play in this game?
Mahomes didn't play well for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
No, it was one of those. I don't remember who was the one that said it, but it's sort of picked up some steam. It was one of those over my dead body games. Where Mahomes says we're going to lose this game over my dead body.
It was kind of like I think Tony Romo said like he's going to have to get into playoff mode.
Yeah.
And there were a couple runs like on third downs where he was going to take the hit and he was just going to make sure it happened.
Yep. I think what we saw for 3 quarters, do you remember in the pre-cap that I put up on Facebook?
Yeah.
Lou Anarumo was a defensive coordinator for Cincinnati all those years that they were giving us fits. Do you remember when they won 3 in a row against us?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 2 in regular season, 1 in the playoffs. Lou Anarumo he knows Mahomes, he knows Reed, he knows how to frustrate them. And that's what was happening. We saw some three-man pass rushes, dropping 8 in coverage, and he was still kind of jittery back there.
Yeah, and he wasn't seeing the spot.
He wasn't.
Like he was moving up in the pocket, and then he would start to run,
and the spot would be right there. Yeah. And so then he'd kind of panic, and guys.
His timing was off too. Yeah. There was a bunch of big throws, like a couple to Kelsey.
Yeah.
One of them is like a backyard pass to Kelsey, like he was running a different route, came back. Yeah. He didn't continue to run, but it's stuff like we're used to seeing those connections.
And they weren't close. That's the thing. You're talking about those off-schedule things, and he sees the spot, or he's trying to get out of the pocket.
Exactly.
And he misses Kelsey by like 10 yards.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple to Hollywood Brown that we missed, Xavier Worthy.
But not just in Worthy, there were a couple that were he was just threw it behind him.
Yeah.
And in those cases, you've got that, but then you also have throws that he just didn't make. And Romo pointed that in the broadcast. They actually showed some, tape downfield of where guys are just open. Mm-hmm. And so why is Mahomes continuing to bail on clean pockets? And I don't know. That's interesting. I think Anarumo frustrated Mahomes and Reed in the passing game a little bit. Obviously, the running game was keeping us in it, right? Keeping us alive. Keeping the time of possession, keeping the defense off the field, all that, helped keep us in the game. Mm. But for whatever reason, and then when we get down to can we talk red zone?
Let's talk red zone.
1 for 6 touchdowns in the red zone.
This game is a blowout if we can get in the end zone.
You look at the stat lines. Honestly, you look at yards, you look at first downs,
time of possession,
if you just take out turnovers.
Well, yeah, and red zone
efficiency, and we win that game by
30.
By 20 at least, right?
It's a huge game.
Mm-hmm. And so...
What do you think that is? Why can't we get in the end? I mean, we were at 1st and 3. We were at the 3-yard line.
Was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago that we were having fits in the red zone?
Where Tyreek Hill, we didn't get in the red zone going into the half.
Well, no, that was more against the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. It was after him. And we had an efficient offense, but for whatever reason, we stalled out in the red zone. I can't remember which season it was, but it reared its ugly head yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple of key things for a legit playoff run. That's one thing we have to figure out. Is how do we get
score touchdowns? Sure.
And you have a great play that Kelsey runs in and the Wildcat that gets called back.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, we can't just
our favorite
be doing
lineman,
these.
Jawan Taylor.
At some point, it has to be just like, all right, we're at the 5-yard line.
That
we're going
wasn't
to hand the ball off 4 times and get in the end zone.
Well, to be fair, that wasn't the only play in the red zone.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, we scored a touchdown. Well, we had other plays.
Yeah.
And they just weren't, for whatever reason. You've heard ex-players talk about red zone offense, and it does get more difficult because the field shrinks up. It's just so congested. So if they scheme well, or they know what you're about to do, then it's harder to get receivers open because they can't get downfield.
Yeah, there was a few plays, though, where the whole scheme and the offense was moving to the left side, and Mahomes was jolting to the right, and there was nobody over there.
Right.
And he ended up getting sacked there. But it's like, we can't, I don't know if it's somebody was off. I tend to just blame the receivers because I feel like Mahomes is always right. Probably not. But there's something going on there where it's just so congested. I don't know if we just need more of a run presence.
I think we have to take that blame the receivers a little bit out of the equation because we have had a bad receiving core for years, but we don't this year.
We've got a solid depth receiver.
I think some of it in the red zone efficiency has to start falling back on Andy Reid and play calling and scheming. And
I wonder also at some point in this game, there were, and I think this is part of some of the throws that were a little off. When they were off, they were not, Mahomes was not putting them into a position where they could get picked off either. And so Mahomes, I feel like, threw a lot more balls out of bounds in this game. It's like he made the decision, either we're going to get the catch or it's going to be, I'm not going to put it in harm's way after that first pick. You know what
I felt like he did that not only in the red zone, but
just throughout the game.
Throughout the first 3 quarters, or 3.5 quarters. So, I agree.
And we leaned in heavily on our guy, a guy that you were a little bit hesitant to fully back this year so far, Harrison Butker.
Hey, he was a little bit inconsistent
this
until
year. He
recently.
Has been,
but
man, everything he had to hit this game.
Field goals, extra points, didn't kick it out of bounds and give them the ball at the 40.
Exactly. Yeah. No. I mean, it was good to see special teams back. There were a couple special teams penalties that put us in bad position on returns.
Yep.
But on the kicking game, I mean, we have one of the best punters in the league, and luckily he doesn't get out there too much. But Harrison Butker, I mean, it was his game this game. Like, without him, we're not winning this game.
No, you missed one field goal. You can do the math, right?
Yeah. Now, the thing that's odd about the Chiefs is, like, when they absolutely, like, this was going back to last year, we would put ourselves in different positions, good or bad. But when we absolutely had to make the play, it seems like Mahomes just figures it out.
Yeah.
There was that key 2-point conversion that he hasn't been able to get into the end zone at all.
I know.
But we have a 2-point conversion.
And then somehow Rice is wide open. Yeah.
And so there's that. And then
why do we have so much trouble getting receivers open? And then on this 2-point conversion,
he's there.
It's just right there.
And then same thing when it comes to 3rd and 4th downs. There were some key 3rd downs. And then obviously the key 4th down to keep the drive alive.
That was huge. I put that in my notes. That 4th down conversion in the 4th quarter was enormous. After the Noah Gray catch.
That Noah Gray catch where he had just gotten knocked down. Somehow by instinct, like he's not even holding on to the ball. It just doesn't touch the ground.
It's possible he went unconscious when he hit the ground.
It looked like
it. And he's still holding on to the football.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. And so the fact that without that catch, we weren't going to go for it on that 4th.
You don't think?
I think
4th and 8. Yeah. Without it, 4th and 3 with it.
And I think that we would have had to punt. Right. Because there was still time on the clock.
Well, did you see that put us right on the Harrison Butker field goal range line?
Yes, like the 63.
Would have been a 62-yarder or something. Yeah.
And so that was a crazy catch. But talk us through that 4th down, how that was, in my opinion, the most influential play of the game.
With Rice coming across the field. And he had to reach, Mahomes threw it a little bit high and a little bit out. But
it was almost like Kelsey was out there as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was going to Kelsey or not.
I don't think so.
I'm glad that Rice got it. But
I feel like he was
holding my breath.
Oh, totally.
Because that was a little high.
Yeah.
Rice he did superhero mode.
He really did. Yeah. No, I just think that was a great play call.
Yeah.
And you've got to get these guys who can get open in one-on-ones. And for whatever reason, the last couple of games against the Bills, against the Broncos, Rice was kind of, MIA. Mm-hmm. And I guess you could say maybe those defensive coordinators chose to take him out, right? Because good defensive exactly can take one aspect of the game out. Mm-hmm. But for whatever reason, Rice just exploded in the second half. And you saw him start getting open, and you saw Worthy start getting open. And when that happened, and like you said earlier, when Mahomes went into playoff mode and just said, okay, no more conservative, no more play for the next series.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
And I loved them going for it on that 4th and 3.
Yeah. Oh, I'm 100%.
I mean, you could have argued for throwing Butker out there, see if he can be a hero and get you a field goal, but
it was so bizarre, man. Every drive in the fourth quarter that our defense was on the field, I was just waiting for the big third down play that's just going to take us out at our knees. Mm-hmm. The Colts had so many opportunities to just end the game.
They did.
And our defense just wouldn't allow it to happen. Mm-hmm. Was it 4 3-and-outs between the fourth quarter and overtime?
4 is what the analyst said at the end. 4 consecutive 3-and-outs.
Yeah.
That's to end the game. 3 in the fourth quarter and 1 in overtime.
Defensive stand. Mm-hmm. And our offense, the thing that was a struggle for me is our offense got in position to drive the field, and we did similar things. Mm-hmm. Like we had a key 3-and-out that we should have been. I mean, I'm thinking every time there's 6 minutes left,
that was
4 minutes left,
the 6-minute mark.
It's like, could this be the last drive we have? And so the fact that our defense kept us in this thing is unbelievable. But the fourth quarter for this game was nuts.
Yeah.
I think it was 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Kareem Hunt, we're in the red zone. Yeah. He gets this wild tackle, fumbles. I thought he was down, and then he absolutely wasn't.
Was not.
He was like on top of the player.
Sure.
And at that point, you're thinking,
here we go. Right?
It's 9. We got 11 points. I don't think that we can come back at this point. There's no way we're stopping them from scoring again. And so Kareem Hunt fumbles, unbelievable. And then it starts happening. 3-and-out. We drive the ball, drive the field. We get the score. It's like this was a crazy fourth quarter. Yep. I think it's unbelievable to me that the Colts did not score a point in the second half, man.
They did score a field goal.
A field goal in the third. 2 field goals.
2 field goals.
Sorry. Yeah. Not score a touchdown in the second half.
Kept him out of the end zone.
Yeah.
And we gifted him one touchdown.
Yeah. That should have been there.
Interception. Yeah. So really they scored 1 touchdown outside of being gifted that first one.
That's crazy. That is
against the top, stat wise.
Yeah.
Top offense in the NFL.
Unbelievable. So how much credit you give Spags for the second half?
Huge amount of credit.
Overtime.
Yeah.
Game plan.
you will not. Okay. Can I make a commitment? Because, I like to complain in glass half empty.
Bring it on.
This with our pass rush with our front 4, you've just got to sell out and blitz. Okay, if a quarterback beats you on 3rd and 11 after a blitz, I'm not going to be on Spags. Okay.
All right. So when it happens later in the year,
don't let me throw a big, rant, go on a rant or throw a big fit.
We've always said that
because that's what we have to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is what shut down those recent Bills, playoff games was the blitz on 3rd and long. I don't care. Is somebody going to be open? Probably.
Yeah.
But you've seen it. You saw it with Bo Nix, right?
Absolutely.
You just cannot rush with 4, cross your fingers, give an NFL quarterback 5 seconds.
It doesn't matter how good the defensive back is. They can't cover for 5 seconds.
Not for that long.
Not these guys. And I think outside of maybe 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the league, if we can get enough pressure with a blitz like that to at least throw them off the rhythm.
Totally. You don't have to get a sack. You just have to hurry them and get them off of their progressions or get them off of their reads. And then, then they make, especially the Daniel Joneses. And that's, in the AFC, if we do make the playoffs, by the way, that's still an if. If we do, because we're like, are there 2 ahead of us? We're in 10th spot, right?
Because we had a stupid loss to the Jags,
right?
Who ended up winning that. I was like rooting for the Cardinals,
totally.
And then I'm also rooting for the Bills.
I know,
and they can't pull out a win.
Can't beat the Texans, right?
Sheesh, man.
I know.
So Steelers got a loss, but they're still technically ahead of us.
That actually jumped Baltimore into first place.
Yeah,
in that
Baltimore
rotten division.
Dead. Yeah, now they're in the.
I know. Won 5 in a row.
Yeah, it's a wacky situation. But I feel like as time will progress, the better teams like are going to rise.
Yeah.
Like Baltimore, even though they had a crazy start.
Yeah.
Lamar's
their
getting back in.
defense early on was complete trash.
Yeah.
And with injuries and just
100%. So I think that some of these things are going to start to rise and fall.
Cream rises to the top.
The Steelers, they don't know who they are.
No.
And so
Rodgers was out.
The Jags,
depending on Mason Rudolph to win a football game for you.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
The Jags, I mean, they had their best game of the year against us. They've always looked suspect. Like I don't see them holding on.
Right.
The Texans, I mean, their defense is unbelievable.
Number one defense. Them and the Broncos, it's kind of arguable.
But I don't know how Davis Mills can really lead you. I know that they're going to get their guy back here at some point.
Sure.
But
wonder if he'll be back for our game.
Maybe. I don't know. But in general, I feel like there's definitely a path. Like winning this game kept us alive for sure.
Well, the AFC, if you look at it and you get in, say you get the 7 seed, and you look at the teams that you're going to be playing all on the road, obviously.
Yeah.
But you're going to be playing Bo Nix, Drake May, Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Like, these are not Lamar Jackson and, Josh Allen, who you could be playing as well. But what I'm saying, Trevor Lawrence.
There was a year where we had to go through Joe Burrow.
Oh, yeah.
Lamar Jackson, MVP
Burrow,
season.
Allen, Jackson.
Josh Allen. Like, the field is open in this thing.
And it's a quarterback league.
Yeah.
It just is.
Especially in the playoffs.
Totally. Yeah. And so you get in the playoffs and, we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. It did seem like, and I know we've kind of said back and forth, like these are two teams that we're watching. It did seem like the Chiefs turned the leaf on this thing, or turned the page on this thing in the fourth quarter and said, this is now a playoff game for us. Like, we're just going to have to make this our game.
Well, as much of the game as is mental, 12 one-score wins last year and 0-5 this year until yesterday.
Yeah.
They got their one-score win, right?
Yep.
Did you know that's the biggest fourth quarter comeback in Mahomes' career?
No.
11 points. Had not had an 11-point fourth quarter comeback.
Very good.
Yeah.
So maybe it built something inside these guys.
Yeah.
Now they know they can do it.
But the Cowboys had a 21-point comeback. Did you see that?
Such a dumb game.
Yeah, down 21-0 to the Eagles. Come back and win it.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, I feel good about where we're headed with this thing. It was an insanely fun game to watch. Like, I was
frustratingly fun.
Oh yeah, but this is like what you love to see in the NFL. Anything can happen.
Right.
The analysts were still like, it's funny. The Chiefs are still the pros still lean toward the Chiefs on these things.
Well, they're getting championship pedigree. Points.
Yeah, absolutely,
for sure.
And they've done it. That they can do it. But man, it was really good to see. Any last final thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I think they just have to stick to that game plan. I'm not saying they win the Bills and or Broncos game with that game plan of committing to the run.
And here's the thing, though. They're
committing to the blitz.
They're one-score games, though.
I think we win at least one of those games.
Time of possession, if we just control it a little more, it changes everything for us. Like, we're literally, we haven't lost a blowout.
Right.
There hasn't been a game where we weren't in it.
No.
And so it's some
all
of
our
these
losses
small
are one-score
things,
losses.
And a lot of them are we can look back to keep mistakes that we make that shot ourselves in the foot. And so I'm with you. I think that if we can build something here and getting Pacheco back to where Kareem Hunt's not like literally dead in the fourth quarter.
We're going to have to be calling other ex-NFL quarterbacks driving UPS trucks because that's not sustainable, dude. Like, Kareem Hunt, 30 carries a game is not sustainable.
He looked like worn
6
out.
more regular season games, playoffs. Yeah.
It's like after I get all my yard work done, that's how worn out I feel. Like, I want to go lay down for a couple hours.
No, kudos. He was a pro's pro yesterday.
It was fun to watch.
It was.
He was living his dream, too.
But he can't turn around and do that
for 6 more games.
6 more plus playoff games. And so you'll get Pacheco back. Got Damian Pierce coming in. We signed him off of the waiver wire.
Still have Elijah Mitchell. Yeah. I mean, we've got some guys.
We are not. Elijah Mitchell and Clyde Edwards-Helaire are not going to play a major factor in the rest of the season.
Yeah. Rashard Smith, I'm excited to see. Like, they're starting to get him in a little more, which is fun. But it'll be interesting to see kind of going forward here.
Yeah.
So you think, we stick to the game plan. What we did today, we might have found something.
Yeah.
It's really hard to stick to that when you have a quarterback like Mahomes and a receiving core. Like on paper, you think we should be all over the field.
Right. We did it in Pacheco's rookie season, though.
Yeah.
We had a good run pass balance that year.
So, yeah. And I think getting under center as well.
It's huge.
We do a lot from shotgun, a lot of RPO action.
Yep.
And it changes the game.
It does.
It changes the way defenses have to play you.
Changes the mentality of your offensive line. Because you know what offensive linemen have said, like historically, they want they understand it's a passing league and you're going to pass, but they want to line up.
They want to manhandle
and they
people.
want to manhandle the defensive line. They just want to surge and move forward.
Yeah.
And give that dog a bone, right? Just let them move the offensive line and let Kareem Hunt be a bowling ball.
Yeah. When Creed Humphrey is like 4 or 5 yards down the field.
Oh, they love it. They're maulers.
Linebacker. Oh, it's
and Kingsley, formerly tackle, move him into guard, and he's a mauler, man. And Trey Smith.
I would love to see what's going on with Trey Smith. I know it's a short week this week.
It is a short week.
So I hope that
they taped him up, put him out, and then brought him back out.
I'm hoping they pulled him because they're wanting to kind of get ready for this following week.
They either saw something that they didn't like and didn't, want to put him back in, or they're like, you know what? Let's just make sure he's healthy for Thursday.
Yeah. So, Cowboys defense is definitely they're high and low defense. And so I think there's a lot of opportunity there.
Yeah.
Obviously their offense showed that they can come back in the game last night. But in general, I think that our defense will line up really well against their offense.
Yeah. Their offense is formidable. Yeah. They can put points up. For the most of the season, their defense has been a dumpster fire. Yeah. After they traded Micah Parsons, but they did pick up, I forget the guy's name they picked up, but they did pick up a guy.
Their defensive lineman?
Yeah, on the waiver wire. Or no, I'm sorry, on the trade deadline.
Gotcha.
And so I think that may have bolstered, because after those 21 points in the first half, they shut Philly down.
Yeah.
I think, it's a winnable game for us. They played on Sunday too, so the rest advantage isn't there.
Yeah.
They're playing at home, so you give them that.
A little travel time.
Jerry World.
Yeah.
Got a little travel time. But I think you got the Cowboys, right? You got the second Broncos game. You've got the Texans game. I really think those
are... Titans. That's a...
the Titans is a win. I mean, the Raiders is a win. I mean, if you don't beat the Titans or Raiders, you don't deserve to get in the playoffs.
It's true.
So I'm saying those are the 3 games on the schedule for me that are losable games. You need to come in with the same kind of energy you did the Colts.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like we have got to treat this as a playoff game because
absolutely.
And
it'll be interesting. So Cowboys, Texans, Chargers.
Chargers are riddled with injuries.
Yeah, they're in tough shape.
And at home, I have a hard time believing we'll lose at home to the Chargers.
The Broncos on Christmas is interesting because if they're kind of locked in.
What day of the week is that?
I don't know. It's Thursday, maybe?
I don't know.
Maybe
day of the week is Christmas this year.
But
Thursday, maybe.
If they're kind of locked into a playoff spot, that might just be...
Maybe.
We'll see.
But they'll be playing for seeding, though, against Indy and New England.
Yeah, that's true. But it's going to be fun to watch. It was good to get the win this week.
Big win.
It was huge.
Big win.
Felt good.
It did feel good. Yeah.
Very good. Anything else for us?
No, I think, just to kind of go back to what we need to look for going forward, it's red zone efficiency because we move the football. Yeah. Even in some of these games we've lost, we've been able to move the football, and we're just going to have to get 7s instead of 3s. I think that's the thing to look out for going forward is red zone efficiency.
You're exactly right. It's been really cool to see our defense has been shutting down the number 1 running back. Also, in most games, shutting down the number 1 receiver. Like it seems like we've got something there.
Yep.
And it's forcing the other teams like backup players and not their stars to win the games.
Yeah.
And so
Spags defenses have traditionally gotten better and better as the season's gone along.
Yeah.
That's really why I think the big thing that we need to improve on is the red zone efficiency.
Absolutely. Well, hey, thanks for joining us today in the recap of this incredible game.
That's right.
We got a game on Thursday.
Quick turn.
The Cowboys.
Yep. Try to get you a recap.
Yes, at some point. We'll get something at some point
out
for you. Thanks for joining us today. Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.